and welcome to A Handful of Pups. So today is the day that the pups are coming home. So we have been doing the finishing touches for getting ready for them today. So I'll start with what we've put in the kind of like dining roomy area of the house. So this is the room literally next to our kitchen. So we've got the cage in there, and we're not planning on using the cage forever. It's just while they're little, because we can't take them out for another 5 weeks, so it means that we can have a bit of downtime and still actually do things, and we can just pop them to bed, and it'll mean that that is wind down time for those. And then eventually we're gonna take the door off the cage so that they can go in and out of it if they want, and open it out to the actual room as well. And then eventually, when they're a bit bigger, we'll open it up to the entire house and just shut the doors that we don't want them to go in. Other things that are in there, we've got their bowls in there for food and water. We've got these really cute little bone-shaped mats, which you'll see in the videos after this, but there's little bone-shaped mats. They've got a butcher's bowl each for the food, and then there's a little bowl in the middle as well for water. So they have separate food bowls, but it doesn't matter if they share the water bowl. We also have the baby gate on the way into there, and the reason we have it there is so that when they start getting a little bit bigger and we decide to have that door open on the cage, then it means that they can go around that room. And it also means that if we want to take them out into the yard in the daytime, so we have a little box yard, and we are going to be using that for their outdoor playtime at the moment, because obviously we can't take them out on long walks yet, because they haven't had both their jabs yet. So we're going to use the yard and play fetch, and hopefully start training them to do their business out there as well. But having that gate there also means that they can go in and out while we're outside still, but they won't be able to get into the rest of the house. So as we move through the house, there is one of our doors that's on an easy open, which is just a push forward door, which is really easy for a dog to get through. So we've put a little hook on it so that it can't be open, just to make it a bit easier, because it's got all of my resin stuff in there. So we wouldn't want them getting into that because it might make them unwell. And plus I don't want any of it getting ruined either. So the living room, so this is the main room they'll be in most of the time. So we've really kitted the room out for now, especially while they're really little. So we have some laminate cushioned flooring on the floor, because we have carpets, and as I've said, they're not fully potty trained yet, so we don't want them going everywhere, and having that lino kind of surface means it's easy to wipe off if they do their business. We also have a little puppy pad tray in there, so hopefully they'll take the initiative and use that instead of going on the floor, but it's there just in case. We also have a bed in there. We've got one of the big plastic kind of ones that you see on TV and in probably like kennels, I think, when you take your dogs for holidays, but it's one of those big round ones. Got a slightly larger one so that they can share it, because they're only little. And then we filled it with towels, because they might do their business in there, and they're teething and they'll rip it to shreds, so there's no point getting a soft bed at the moment. So they have the towels in there, and there's also a blanket on top so that it's still comfy and warm and fluffy. So they also have their toys, which I showed you in the last video. The balls haven't come yet, so I can't show you those, but we have bought some standard tennis balls for while we're outside so that they can play with those. And the toy box is just in the living room. It's kind of out of the way so that they don't chew the box too much, but it's so that they can grab them out there if they want. There's also some of the old dog toys that my last dog Bo had as well, because they may as well get some use out of those as well. So they're the Christmassy kind of toys that are in there, the little gingerbread man and the snowman too. And lastly, in the living room we also have a little jar. It is a Christmas jar at the moment, it's just the one that we had, and it's got loads of puppy treats in it for if we're doing training or if they've been good, just, you know, for treats. as I've said, the puppies cannot go out for another 5 weeks. This is because they've only just had their first jab. So I think it's a few weeks and then they'll have the next one, and then they have to still wait 1 more week after it before we can take them out. Now, I'm going to say this as well, we won't be taking them to the beach anytime soon because, and this is a little warning for everyone, I'll put up a picture as well, but at the moment on the coast of Yorkshire, the beaches are somewhere you want to stay away from with your dogs at the moment, as I believe 150, maybe more dogs have become ill from being on the beach. There's no explanation as to why yet, but it is not just Scarborough, it is also I think Filey, Robin Hood's Bay, places like that. So anywhere Yorkshire coastal beaches, just don't do it, don't risk it, because if they're puppies and even if they're older dogs, I mean even if they're not old senior or puppy dogs, they will still be very badly affected by it. I don't think it's affected every single dog, but it has been a very high case, and that's only been since Christmas, and that's not a very long time. So please be careful if you are taking them to the beach, but me personally, we're not going to do it, we're not going to risk it at the moment. So, what time are we picking them up today? So at, I believe, 6 o'clock we'll be going and driving to the house to go pick up the puppies. We'll be bringing them home, and it's super exciting and we're all very excited about it. On the way home they are going to go into the boot of the car because we plan that if we ever go anywhere with them anyway through their lives, they will go in the boot. So we are just going to start as we need to go on. We'll probably put a little bit of a blanket down or some toweling in the boot and we'll go back. We're not driving very far, so it's not a long journey, and they've already been on car journeys before with the family that they're with at the moment, so they are used to the movement of a car. And I'll put in the picture, but this is the picture from last time they were in a car on the way to their jabs and they were just sound asleep in the back of the car, so they'll be totally fine. And yeah, so we're gonna go get them very soon. I shall put in the videos of how we set everything up first, and then we'll be on our way. on to Daddy.
I think
All on to Daddy.
yay! There's just
Oh, playtime. Playtime's on.
oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, first fight in the house. Oh, you tell them, Amber. You tell them. You're having no nonsense. Oh, hello. What are you doing?
Says, what is it?
What? Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, yes. Okay, Amber.
And they're in a good place. So,
Oh,
you can see the sausages are browning nicely, got the oil bubbling, that's really, really important. So you hold.
Baba, is it good girl? With the nose go. Just come say hi to you. It's okay. It's okay. Hi. Yeah. Oh, no fighting. Separate. Where you going? That's my hand. That's my hand. You want to do this? You want to use that, not the hand. Oh, girl. Oh, that's meant to be where you're here. Oh, nice not on table. Lay down. Is that fun? Oh, hello. I got no put it in the eye. Mwah. Yeah. Mwah. Thank you for all the kisses. That's me. No. This one. Yeah. No fighting. Not in front of my face. Love ya. Right, blanket. It's not. Don't fight while she's in the burrito, that's mean. Yes, I know, I wear jewelry. You like these clothes, don't you? I like them. Slide. Oh! been a very busy evening. But we're woofed out now.
No.
Be okay. We'll see you in the morning.
Okie dokie.
Night
Night, puppies.
night. Night.
So I thought I'd check in. It's the end of the day and the puppies were great. They were like amazing. They acclimatized straight away. When we first brought them in, we took them straight outside so that they could sniff the outside and do the business and all that. We did well. We only had, I think, River was fine in the car. Blue did throw up a little bit, but only once, and it was only just as we were putting it in, so none of them rolled in it or anything like that. But yeah, they're both in bed now. It was an absolutely great time. They're absolutely mental. They had zoomies and everything. They tried their food. They didn't eat a lot of it, but I think they were just excited. But yeah, they did acclimatise very quickly, and their tails were wagging, and they were having a great time. And eventually, they did go to sleep, and yeah, I think the parrot reacted okay. She is obviously a bit confused and like, oh my god, what is this? There's two little things running around everywhere, but I think she'll be fine, and yeah, it's really good. Let's see how tomorrow goes.